Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, March 8th, 2015. I'm Katie of Nekozuki Yarns, and I thank everyone who's watching me right now. I hope you have a little bit of needlework in your hands and that you're able to sit down with your favorite beverage and join me as I chat a little bit about everything that's been happening in the last couple weeks. Which, now that I look at it, is not really that much, but I have a couple really big announcements to make, which I'm super excited for and super terrified for. One's personal, I'll cover both of these later, but one's personal and one's business related. Both amazing, both very terrifying. I actually have my window open for the first time in about 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months. So if you hear any birds or anything like that, that's because I do have it cracked a little bit. I can't not. I don't know how long this weather's going to stay in Calgary, and I want to enjoy the fresh air even if I have to be inside, which right now I do, which pertains to everything else. Anyway, I've got lots of pretty things to show you. Yeah, lots of pretty things. The first pretty thing is the color affection. Sorry, let me pull my needles through since I am actually working on this right now as I chat with you. Okay, good enough. Okay, so this is the Color Affection by Vera Valimaki, and I'm making it out of Ancient Arts yarns, their Meow collection. So this top part is Calico Cat, and then that orange stripe there is Orange Tabby, and that's actually showing up really well on camera. You can't see it so much in person, but that's okay because it doesn't need to be a really high contrast shawl for the person I'm making it for. So it's the yarn I'm actually using is 100% Superwash BFL, which is Blueface Leicester. It's a 4-ply fingering sock. And the really cool thing about this is every color that's dyed in a cat color, a portion of the sales of that yarn will go towards helping, it will be donated by Ancient Arts to charities benefiting stray and abandoned cats. They've got it all in one line. I don't know why I'm trying to explain it outside of their line. They got a super cute kitty cat logo, and look at this Orange Tabby. So cute. Ugh. Every label on the yarns actually comes with a picture of a cat that the yarn has helped save. So apparently this little guy got saved because of knitters. Anyway, so the top is calico. Oh no, top is calico. That obvious stripe down here is Orange Tabby, and then once I get into it there'll be Brown Tabby as well. So the one thing I will say, this yarn is definitely a light fingering. I was comparing it to the sock yarn that I'm using for Dallas's socks right now, and it's much thinner. That's fine, it'll just make a little bit smaller shawl, I have a feeling. The other work in progress that, yeah, Ancient Arts, and sorry, it's a US 6 4.0 millimeter needle that's called for in the pattern for fingering. The other one that's gotten lots of work done is actually the Simple Skype socks for Dallas. And you can actually see the pattern now. It's awesome. They stretch a lot, which is good. I tried them on him when he was home. The cast-on's a little bit tight to get over his heel, but the rest of the stuff fits. So I don't want to have to pull out. And like I told him, you don't want it slipping down either. So we'll see how it goes. They don't fit him that I can't wear them, so we'll have to find someone else. But it's pretty. It's out of Sweet Georgia Yarns, Tough Love Sock, which is 80/20 Superwash Merino Nylon. I'm using US 1s, 2.25 millimeters. They're carbon, which is really nice. I really like these needles for little work because they flex a bit, but not a lot. And I think the colorway is Slate. It's either Slate or Charcoal. I don't know where the tag's gone, but it's gone. Like, months ago, I think, actually, right after I got it. Because this was yarn we actually got on our honeymoon out on Vancouver Island. Out on Vancouver Island in Victoria in July. I picked it up from Beehive Wool Shop. So I'm actually using up stash yarn. Anyway, I love the pattern. I love these little, like, yeah, just a little bit of detail. That's mostly been actually transit knitting. So they maybe get half an hour to an hour worked on them per day. More likely half an hour. If I get a seat on the bus. So they're actually coming along really fast. I'm really happy with it. Let's see. I don't have any FOs. Again, a bunch of other stuff coming up, and last weekend I kind of lost my mojo. Dallas was home and things were going good. I cast something off, and then I'm in design mode right now a bit, and I went to swatch for a bunch of stuff, and one swatch that I'd done for a sweater, once I actually got it working on the sweater, didn't work. So I actually had to rip it out. I was super sad about that. One swatch will work, but I need a lighter yarn. Actually, I might go get that today. So I had to rip that out. And then the third swatch worked, but that kind of made me lose my mojo. So, like, I didn't actually feel like knitting for the rest of the weekend. That's okay. I still had other stuff to do. I actually started a cross stitch. So this is going to be Pretty Little Tokyo. And it's by... her Etsy shop is Satsuma Street. S-A-T-S-U-M-A Street. Just like the oranges. And let me see. I've got the pattern right here so I can let you know her real name. Jody... I'm thinking it's Jody Rice. Yeah, it's Jody Rice. And so that's what it will look like when it's finished. So I'm kind of right in... I'm on that tower on the right. The one furthest from Tokyo Tower in the blue and green. Super cute. I haven't cross-stitched in, like, for any amount of time in years. So it looks really good right now. I'm really happy with it. It's on 18 count Ida. With DMC colors because I didn't want to invest a bunch of money into it. Seeing as how it isn't something that I do very often. Anyway, it's turning out really nice. And again, you can find her on Satsuma Street. She's got tons of what she calls Pretty Little and then the city name, and they're all super cute, all inspired by Mary Blair of Disney fame. Mary Blair was, I think, the first or one of the first women artists that was regularly on the team that had her name like credited. I think that's the big deal. Anyway, her art's really cool. Like, she did a bunch of work on Cinderella, I know, and I think she might have done a bunch of work on Sleeping Beauty as well. Anyway, all inspired by that. There's a bunch of comments on Instagram if you watch it or go into some of the tags. That's like, it looks like it's a small world, and that's exactly what it looks like. So really cool. And Tokyo, I can't not, it's Japan. I just, maybe someday she'll do Kyoto. That's one I would really love. Okay, so I have actually done lots of reading. Well, moderate amount of reading. I think I've read 16 out of 17 books this year so far, so I'm doing really well on my goal, which is 60 for the year. So the first one I finished, The Floating Islands. I talked about this last podcast by Rachel Neumeyer. Read it. Like, so good. So good. I would say that this is appropriate for 12 plus. And just, like, excellent from start to finish. Go support your library, yo. Go get that book. The next one I read and finished. Oh, yeah, Rachel Neumeyer. Yeah, this is the next. It's been that kind of week. Shadow and Bone by Lee Bardugo. Now, this one's been talked about a lot. Also very good. Like, to the point where, I don't know, actually about halfway through it got really good. And, yes, it does have a lot of the tropes of young adult fiction, but I think she's done a really good job with it, with providing something that's just clear and well written. This is probably for 14 plus. 14, 15 plus, older, mid-teens. Finally. That one picked up about halfway through. This one has been good since I picked it up. Like, oh. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This is also something that's been super popular recently, at least in the circles that I travel in. This is definitely older young adult. As you can see, I started this yesterday and I'm quite a ways in already. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this one already. Like, I haven't even had to wait for it to pick up. Fantastic. So that's what I'm reading right now. I read The Floating Islands by Rachel Neumeier, Shadow and Bone by Lee Bardugo, and I'm currently reading Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I've got a whole stack of books downstairs, and I went and bought a few yesterday as well. So I will let you know as I read those ones too. I was realizing the other day that I have actually only been reading women, which is really interesting because it's all young adult and everything that I've read has been by women. And yeah, it launched me into a whole discussion with my friends the other day, and I just thought it was really interesting because it's not even conscious that that's what I'm doing, which tells me that we have some disparity in young adult fiction, that I'm not reading any men yet. And I don't think the rest of the young adult that I have right now is by men either. We'll see. If I read a whole year of women, that's fine by me too. Okay, so we're gonna go with what's up. So news. So I did it. Even though I'm not doing a shop update this week, I did actually get quite a bit done, I feel like. And one of those things is really big. I released my mitten pattern. So these are the shaker rib mitts. I'm going to make sure that you can see these because they're pretty. My sample was knit out of Patton's Classic Wool. On US 6 4.0 and US 8 5.0 millimeter. They have been tested. If there's any errata, let me know. But they are up on Ravelry for... Oh, I should have grabbed the price. I think I listed them for $4. Let me check. Yeah, they're $4 Canadian. So if you're in the US dollar is really strong against Canadian dollar right now, unfortunately. But there's all the information. That's where you can find me. It's under Nekozuki Yarns or Katie Pichet. Yeah, come buy my mitten pattern. These aren't -40 mittens. I will say that. They are spring mittens. But they're really comfy. They're really squishy because of the shaker rib. And they also come in 2 sizes. They come in a small, medium. And where you measure for this is right here. Right above your thumb. So 7-inch around here. Or 9-inch around here. I think mine... I made the large size. And they're really big. Actually, they probably would fit a man. The 7 is probably better for a woman. So those are up for sale. And I did get my other tests up. And as you can see, Jane is very happy today because she has a new top on. Rather than that cotton top that's been on her since I started recording in December. So this is my sweater pattern. It's called Matilda. And yeah, it's currently up for test, just because there's a couple technical details up at the yoke part that I really do need feedback on. And for some reason I don't have the sizing here. One moment. It is all slip stitch with pearls. It's knit in the round bottom up. And then the cowl neck is actually knit on. You don't have to bind off and then knit the cowl on. Yeah, all nice, all one piece. Sleeves are also knit from the bottom up. That's what I used for my gauge swatch, just so you know, because they are knit bottom up. I made sure that that's what I used for my gauge swatch. And I'm not trying to talk to my iPad, I'm just trying to find you sizes. Yeah, I love this strong decrease line in here. I think that is one of my favorite details of this sweater, actually. Long sleeve, it's not meant to be fitted. Definitely not meant to be fitted And currently, I think I measured her, I think she's a 34 bust. And this sweater is a 45 inch. So basically it's just a box. And it's a box from the bottom up, sleeves up, and then you do your decreases in the body here. And I see my time is running out, so I will pause and come back to record the rest of this session, okay? Alright, let's continue. So, I was talking about Matilda. I have sizes everything from 24 inch to 52 inch written into the pattern. I knit, what did I knit? I knit the 44, and it has a 1 inch ease on me, so it's a 45 inch sweater technically. Ease is worked into the pattern. So if you're 44 inches but you want like 5 inches ease, you knit the 48 inch. If you are 24 inches, I think that'll be a 25 inch ease. It is in multiples of 6, so if you need to go up or down, it's really easy. Although then that will change the decreases and how they end up lining up with the cowl. What did I knit this out of? This is Cascade Eco Plus, out of their aqua color, and very Frozen-esque. Love it. The color. I have mixed opinions about Frozen itself. But 1x1 rib, and then the slip stitch, and yeah, go on. I need more testers. I need 8 to 16 testers, and I have one right now for size 36, so I would really appreciate a few more sign-ups. It's a really fast knit because it's bulky, and the deadline for this is April 6th, so we have almost a month. You can do it. Even me knitting it, it took me a month because I had to actually pull out this cowl and re-knit it so that it looked better because it was falling off my shoulders, so I actually had to go back and do more decreases and sort it out. So see, I try to provide the best patterns possible, and this is why they're all test knits, so that you have an enjoyable knitting experience. Because I hate going into patterns myself, and why I mention the ease is because that's one of the hardest things for me to sort out. I never know if a designer has actually calculated ease in, or if I'm supposed to knit a smaller size. So that's why I'm going to start putting a note on all of my patterns about if ease is worked in or not. Just because then that makes it easier for you as a knitter, so that, well, hopefully you keep coming back to me, because I do have, because hopefully I've provided a good pattern, an excellent pattern. So yeah, if you purchase one of them and you ever have any problems, let me know. I am here and I will try and help you sort it out. Okay, I'm not going to get mushy, but mittens are up for sale. Matilda is up for test. And why I had to call her Matilda, because what my purpose in knitting the sweater was I wanted, or knitting and designing the sweater was, I wanted a nice boxy comfy sweater that was super fast so you could knock it out for these last few months of spring, and so that, like, it's something you can curl up in on a Sunday when you're watching me or when you're like knitting and you have your like tea or coffee or whatever your Sunday morning beverage is, and you can sit down with your other knitting, or you can sit down with your book and just curl up into the sweater. It's super comfy. I will admit that the Eco Plus is a little bit scratchy on me, so I have, generally what I do is I just put a thin undershirt under it, and then if there's any like gapping, I don't have to worry about my bra showing through. Although it's tight enough that you can't anyway. I could wear it either way. I've also worn it to work. It's like super comfy, especially if they're like skinny jeans or something. It's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to do personal big news, because then if you don't want to stay for the big news for the business, you don't have to. Back in August, we bought a house. And it's building right now. And it's actually starting to look like a house. I'm so excited. Like, they've got windows in now. Windows. I don't think there's a door. No, there's no door. But like, there's a big stall out around Christmas because they didn't have framers. Excuse me. And So we're kind of worried about it actually, but they've done really well. This has gone up in like 3 to 4 weeks. Super fast. So we have a house coming along, which I wanted to mention because behind me there will slowly start to be more banana boxes because I'm packing books right now because I don't really need my books out for the next few months. We're probably still about 4 months out from moving, 3.5 to 4 months, because I think it's 3 months from when they put electrical in and they haven't done that yet. Oh, what I'm wearing. I was wearing this last podcast and I'm sorry I didn't mention what it was, but it's the My Hope by Laura Linneman, also known as Lala from the Knit Girls. And I had a super variegated yarn. It's Zitron Drakelang. And I call it, it looked tamer in the skein because I was not expecting all these pops of green. This is showing up a lot warmer than what it is in real life, although it's really pretty, and I love the beaded cast off. This is one of my, I probably wear this out of everything the most. I need more little like scarf shawlette sort of things in my life because they just add a nice pop of color. And I'll stop fiddling with it here in a moment. This is actually what inspired my first top, the Confederation Park, because if you look, the technique I used for the crosses in this are Indian cross stitch, and I realized afterwards that they actually pass behind each other, whereas mine passed through each other. But yeah, it's what inspired this on the top of the Confederation Park. I can't wait to start wearing this again. I'm so excited for summer. Okay, last big update, and I'm so excited for this, and it's the biggest reason why I'm actually recording this week. Never mind the rest of the chatter. If you don't want to hear business updates, I will see you guys next week. Well, no, 2 weeks from now. I don't record every week. But if you want to hear, stick around. I'm going to Knit City in Vancouver as a vendor. So this is why I don't have a shop update this week. I had to go through and I had to sort myself out and organize. Figure out how much stock I want to take, what I want to take, if I'm designing new prototypes, which I tried but kind of failed at. That'll talk about later. But I'm going as a vendor. Like, I got accepted 45 minutes after I put my application in. So Knit City is one of the biggest shows I know of in Canada. Definitely in Western Canada. It's in Vancouver in October, the 3rd and 4th at the PNE Forum. Keep your eyes out. Normally the Yarn Harlot goes, and so I'm super excited that she might be there because I really want to hear her talk. Because I know the last few years she's always done a talk on the Friday night or Saturday night. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, so that's the first weekend in October. I will be there. I will be bringing lots of stuff, which is why, like I said, there is no shop update this week, is because I need to start getting going on stock now so that I don't get to the last 2 weeks of September and go, I don't have anything, which is normally how it goes. I've set my goals. I've set how much I need to finish per, like, I think it's an item every 2 days. Although I've sat down and done like 12 items yesterday, so I think I'm going to be okay. Those are small items. That's the only drawback. I have to do a bunch of large items too. But we'll get there. And I wanted to let you guys know, because I would love to meet anybody who's in Vancouver. So, like, yeah, I'll be there. Come see me. I've posted on the Ravelry group already that I'll be there, but I'll maybe try and get something sorted out where we can do a meetup. Probably not at the event. I've heard that this is really busy and I don't know how it's going to go. But maybe like lunch on the Friday or something, because I will be coming out. I do not want to be setting up right after a 10-hour or 12-hour drive, so I will be starting out on Thursday, get there Thursday night, and then we'll go into set up on Friday. I am bringing a friend so that she can help me. I won't be by myself, thank goodness. And I'm very appreciative of her as well for agreeing that she'll come with me. I've told her I'll pay her in knitwear. So yeah, I'm prepping for that. I'm super excited, and really terrified. I'm actually less worried about our house right now. I'm more worried about the show. I hope you guys like it. And I hope some of you have seen the podcast, so you'll come see me and say hi. I would really like that. Yeah, chime in the group. I've got a posting on the events page, or on a thread now for events. That's where I'll be announcing everything that I go to. Right now, that's the biggest event. I'm still waiting on confirmation for a show in November, the Calgary Fiber Arts Fair, which I know Sonia is working really hard on it, just making sure that she's got a good space for us, and the dates that we need. And so I'll let you know when that one comes up. But right now, I'm going to Knit City as a vendor. I've wanted to go for a couple of years, and I'm super excited. So, expect to see tricklings. Actually, no. Expect to see big updates over the next little while, because I will post a lot of what I actually have in stock. Because the thing is that this is a big financial investment for my business, and I need some support beforehand. So there will be posts and before I go, and then I'll probably just put the Etsy shop into vacation mode and take everything, because then I can go through and deactivate listings as I'm there, which I think will be the easiest way of doing it and the smartest for me, because then I don't have to create Etsy stock or shop stock and show stock. So see how this goes. Cross your fingers for me. I'm actually gonna go sew now while this is processing, because I definitely need to keep going. I'm 20% to my goal for March, and hopefully I can get to 40 to 50% of that goal today. We'll see. Thanks everybody. I really appreciate y'all joining me. I hope that you got a little bit of knitting and a little bit of coffee or tea or whatever drinking in. And yeah, I will be back on the 21st, 22nd. I might start recording on Saturday. I haven't decided. Depends on how everything falls and how my stock goes. With this much, I might be recording on Saturday next time. Either way, you'll probably see it on Sunday. Actually, that's part of the reason I also want to record on Saturday, is so that you can see it on Sunday earlier instead of midnight, which is usually what this runs. Anyway, I hope you guys are getting spring weather. We definitely are, although I don't trust it. I don't think it'll stick around, because that's just how Calgary goes. And I'm sorry that I'm looking down at my shawl in this last couple of minutes, but I need to get this done as well. Precious little knitting time right now, mostly stock production. And that's okay. I love it. I love it right now. Actually, I'll give you a sneak peek, because some of this stuff, I am so... Someone's gonna be, yeah, so pretty. So this is what I'm working on right now, is wee bitty notions pouches. They're about hand size. And I'll go into needle stashers this afternoon probably, because I'll run out of those guys. Anyway, I've talked long enough. So I will see you guys all in a couple weeks. There will be a shop update at that point. And there will be lots to go up in the shop actually. So it'll be good. I won't have had this big of update since November. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a good couple of weeks. Get lots of knitting done if you can. If not, then share your progress anyway. Come over and chat in the Ralph group and let me know how you're doing. I'll put show notes up with everything that I've read, I'm working on, etc., etc. And yeah, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye!